today's video, we're going to talk about back sleeping. Now, it's quite a hard thing to train yourself to do, but it has a lot of benefits. Let's get started. Good morning, New World. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary. I'm 50 years old and I do videos mostly about skincare, but I also dabble a bit in beauty and general self-care. So if you like the sound of this video, I do hope you'll subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and also hit that notification bell so that you know every time a new video is uploaded, which happens every Friday. So today's topic is something I've been asked about a lot. Now, not only here on my YouTube channel, but also over on Instagram and quite a few of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. A lot of people are really interested in how you train yourself to sleep on your back. Now, why would you even bother is the first question. Well, there are actually a lot of benefits to it. The first thing is it's considered really the best position for overall health because it allows an equal distribution of weight. It's not putting any pressure on any certain parts of the body, but it also allows for a complete alignment between your head, your neck, and your spine. The second thing is that there's a lot less pressure on your neck, and sort of that lack of tension can then reduce tension headaches and the pressure that comes along with that. Another thing that it can help with is relieving sort of that sinus pressure. So if you suffer from sinuses and all that sort of stuff, it can help sort of alleviate some of it. The point at which I really got into this is in that sort of anti-aging space, like what lying on our back can do to alleviate some of the aging, and we all experience it. So just starting with the face. So think about it. If you're a side sleeper like I have been for most of my life, then you're smashing your face into a pillow for anywhere between 6 and 8 hours a day. So what that's doing is actually creating wrinkles that are settling, and you're sleeping in that position for hours on end, creating wrinkles that might not have already been there. The nasal labial folds here can get a lot more pronounced. But the interesting thing is it can actually create a lack of symmetry in our face. Most people tend to sleep on one side more than the other. When that happens and you're shoving your face in sort of a certain direction, it starts to stay. So you become unbalanced and you have one side of your face that can appear higher than the other. Who wants that? So when we sleep on our back, it also allows our face to relax. So that means there's a lot less inflammation, there's a lot less swelling and puffiness, and it just sort of all that stuff calms down quite a bit. And also that relaxed state can help with sort of hooded eyes and helps everything relax. So all of these things are really helping, or I should say, not sleeping on our back is really hurting what we're doing to our face in the way of wrinkles and aging. But for me, it really came down to one thing, and it was actually my chest. So your neck and your chest is greatly affected by that too. So for me, when I was sleeping on my side, I was constantly like this. So I'd wake up in the morning with these vertical lines. So I immediately realized that what was causing these vertical lines was the way I was sleeping. So I did a bunch of research and started really looking into sleeping on your back and how to make that happen. Okay, so I started reading a lot of articles, watching a lot of videos, and a couple things clicked for me straight away. And the first were pillows. What kind of pillows was I using? Because really, lying on your back with your feet straight out is really uncomfortable. And if you're used to sleeping on your side and you're certainly used to turning around quite regularly to find new positions, this was just not working, and it didn't work straight away. So I started looking at the pillow situation. So I started off, I tend to like to sleep quite flat. I don't like lots of pillows piled on top of each other. So I had to experiment with lots of different types of single pillows so that I could sort of find a comfortable flat position. Turns out I don't really like down because you go too flat. I don't like anything that's too thick and bulky because then my neck would hurt, and I just struggled for that a bit. So eventually I realized that my standard sort of sleeping pillows weren't going to work. So I'd suggest, if you're looking to try this out, start with pillows, and there are a couple of different options. And the first you could look at is a sleeping wedge. So what this do will keep you on an incline, which by default is very difficult to turn over when you're using this kind of pillow. So that could be great. Now, personally for me, I didn't try it because I had this fear of sort of sliding down. But not only that, I like to sleep flat. I like to get as close to the mattress as I can. Like I said, I don't really like being propped up by a ton of pillows. So I didn't go that route, but I know it's been a success for a lot of people. They're cheap as chips. I think you can pick them up on Amazon for around 15 quid. The next option are specific anti-aging pillows, and there are lots of them on the market. I found one here by Your Face, and it's actually designed to hold your face, your head in place so that you can't physically move. Now, I've heard great things about them. They've gotten a lot of really good reviews. I personally didn't go that route because it looks like there's quite a high step where your neck might go. And like I said, I like to be a little bit closer to the ground, so I haven't tried that, but I've heard they're great. And I will put links to all of these products down below in case you want to have a look. So the pillow that I got is this guy that I got from Amazon. This is a pillow that's made by a company called Alviros, and it is a cervical contour memory foam pillow. Now, this particular one isn't necessarily for anti-aging. It's for people that really have neck and back issues. And it has this way to create a perfect alignment so that everything is straight. And ultimately, that's what I was really going for. So it has this area here. I'm not sure if you can see this. This is where it supports your neck. So for me, it sits absolutely perfectly between my shoulders and my neck. And it's just this spot right here is where your head goes. So everything is tucked in quite nicely. Now, there is a beauty to it. If you do find yourself moving over on your sides, you can sort of keep your face from getting too close to this space, which is what you're trying to do. But this has been a dream. I think this cost less than 30 pounds on Amazon. Again, I'll put the details down below. And I love it. So that was sort of the pillow that changed everything for me. And once you get that right sort of spot where you know that you can last through the night, you're in good shape. But for me, it was more than that. It was also sort of the way that I positioned my body and a few tricks that I learned that really solidified the deal for me. So ultimately, there were 3 things that enabled me to do this successfully. And it took a long time. It took about 9 to 12 months to get me to do this, where every single night I'm on my back. The first was finding the right pillow for my head. The second is realizing I need to put a pillow under my knees. So by elevating my knees, it just immediately took all the pressure off. Nothing hurt. My back didn't hurt. There wasn't anything that made me feel uncomfortable. And then there was a third thing, and that was the positioning of my legs. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. But essentially, I have the pillow behind my head. I have a pillow beneath my knees. And then my legs, which, ordinarily you'd think they'd be straight out in front of you. They're not. I have one sort of bent knee at a 45-degree angle, which creates pretty much the number 4. That is what really nailed this down for me, that allowed me to get through the night without being uncomfortable. And that's the one thing that I then switch out throughout the night. So if I start with my left leg straight and my right leg bent, then, a couple of hours later, I switch and my right leg goes straight and my left leg is bent. So those 3 things together are what enabled me to be able to successfully sleep on my back every night. I don't have any chest wrinkles anymore. My neck wrinkles have drastically subsided, and I feel that I'm not getting the wrinkles that I would be getting if I was still sleeping on my side. So I was a huge side sleeper for years and years and years, and I've now been sleeping on my back for about a year. And this stuff works, and I can see it every morning when I get up that this stuff is gone and this stuff is greatly reduced, and I'm not getting more and more wrinkles that I should be getting. I'm pretty symmetrical too, I think. So next, I'm going to take you to bed, and I'm going to show you how I sleep every single night, and hopefully that will help. Okay, so usually when I get into bed, I have I use all the pillows. I might read for a little bit or watch a bit of telly or whatever. But when it comes time for me to go to bed, I take these pillows off. I move one down here. I put in my new pillow, which goes there. Okay. So then, this is my sleep position. Pillow under my legs. And then I start off like this. So I'm in a 4 position is what my legs would be. And this is absolutely the perfect, comfortable position for me to go to sleep. Close my eyes, off I go. And then throughout the night I might do this. That's sort of my turning over. And that's it. And this is absolute perfection for me for sleeping. Every single night this is what I do and have done for quite some time. While I'm a huge believer in sleeping on your back, it really isn't for everyone, and that needs to be pointed out. In particular, if you suffer from sleep apnea, this is totally not for you, and don't even consider it, in which case, if you think you might have sleep apnea, I would certainly consult with your doctor first. The other thing to note is that sleeping on your back can increase the potential for snoring. So if snoring is a problem in your, in your sleeping environment as it is, this might not be the way to go. However, I do have another option for those who, for whatever reason, will not be able to sleep on their back. And you're worried about the sort of aging element that comes from side sleeping. I have something else for you. Okay, here is another pillow that I bought. I think you can see here it says Nurse Jamie on it. And this is specifically an anti-aging pillow. And I know it looks really weird, and I got a lot of looks when I first brought this out, as you can imagine. But this is really specifically for a side sleeper. I thought I would be able to sleep on my back. But when I put it like this, it just didn't work. It didn't have the right curvatures and whatnot. But what it is great for is it has this little piece here. But essentially, when you sleep, you put this under here, and you sleep with your face like this. So it protects your face. Your face isn't, at no point is it touching a pillow. It's got your head here, and it's got under here. But it tucks so perfectly under your shoulder. It almost it almost took me back to side sleeping, which I don't want to do. So if for whatever reason you absolutely cannot sleep on your back and you're worried about that wrinkle effect, then I would get one of these. Now it's a bit pricier. I think this is about 75 pounds, but it's actually really good. The problem is it's not on both sides, so you would have to kind of go like this to go to the other side, but whatever. It is a fantastic pillow. It has a bit of give, but again, it's on the flatter side, so you need to be happy with that sort of sleeping arrangement. But so if for whatever reason you cannot sleep on your back and you're worried about the wrinkles, this is a really good option. So guys, that's it for me. I hope you found that interesting. And there has been so much chatter about this, so I'd really like to know your thoughts. Are you back sleeping yourself? And if so, what tips and tricks might you have for me and for other viewers? And if you're not, what do you think about this whole thing in general? It's a tricky subject, and it's actually not a tricky subject. It's just a tricky thing to do, and it takes a lot to kind of train yourself. But personally, I think it's worth it because I've just seen the, superficial effects of that, and then I'm not as wrinkly, so woohoo! So I do thank you for joining me today, and if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Thanks again. So keep going?
Just talk.
Okay.